Hey everybody, how we doing? It's Chase, your friendly neighborhood bear here. Um, and I know, let's start off the bat. I mean, we'll have a good talk today, but first thing I want to say is, of course, yeah, I know we didn't short. I know it, but at the end of the day, we didn't remain flat. If the choice was provided to me again in the future, if there's a situation where there's a lot of external fundamental things going on, if there's external influence or something, I'll make the same decision again. I think that you should utilize FA or news or whatever you want to say it to aid in your idea to be flat, never to aid towards a position. Use technical analysis for a position and basically use FA as a level of confidence. So if there's no FA going on, you can be very confident in the TA. If there's a lot of FA going on, like there was recently, extreme amount of FA and external influence, then you need to utilize that to be flat. Okay. So let's talk quickly about what I'm looking at the moment. Truth be told, we have 4 levels here. Okay, we see resistance. We won't be testing this again anytime soon, I don't think. We have, and as always, I'm going to talk, days like today, I typically get a little more animated, so to say. I'm a tad bit tired, but I'm sure I'll get into it. Nonetheless, the thoughts will still be all, sincere and thought out and whatnot, but, perhaps a little less filtered than usual. So yeah, I don't think we'd be back up here anytime soon. I think this is the level to short the retest. So if we come back up and we get a chance to short this, I'll probably be looking at something like that. No orders set yet, because when you have just 2 massive moves like this, I'm just not, I really just don't trade after huge moves. I think that the market should have a little time to settle, a little time to consolidate, see where we're at. There's just not really I didn't see any opportunities really to get in on a bounce or anything on the short. Just seemed like at this point I figured I really thought that the 68 level, the 6800 level was probably going to hold. Obviously I said in my analysis channel, I said I'm not longing it. I said personally I won't long this, but it looks like the right place to do so. Considering that we were looking for this level to hold. The higher lows. Okay, so higher low, higher low, higher low. We were hoping to get a higher low right here. You can see that the market did somewhat support it. That's why we hung out there for a bit. So, like I said, I pointed out that that is an area that looked good, but also said that I wouldn't be longing it. Basically for a few reasons. After, like I said, this extended consolidation here, and hopefully you guys have been reading my analysis on my interest channel. There's no way for me to repeat myself any more than I already do, because some people legit probably just go insane. I repeat myself as much as I possibly can to try to be as helpful as possible, but there comes a point where you have to take responsibility for yourself. I said that this was a dangerous scenario whichever way it went, and the night before or last night I said that I had reduced my position risk to half of what it was, or something of that nature, due to this extended consolidation, and then I believe that the move, when it occurred, would be a violent move. All this was written. When it came time for the trade, all our orders filled. We got a very quick bounce. We closed for anywhere. BitMEX was being a piece of shit, of course, so we closed from anywhere from 20 to 60 points. My personal close was like 30 or 35 or something. So that was 50% of my position. Then I closed a little bit more position for something like 55 points, and then ended up getting stopped out on the rest, which was break even by utilizing, taking those earlier profits. Okay, so the trade was managed. We got out, and felt good to get out after what ensued. So yeah, you can see here that we typically move quickly through these zones, right? You can see that we bounced perfectly off, the EQ of this level here. Pretty much perfect on this. On BitMEX, it's going to be different. Let's see where it was on BitMEX. On BitMEX, we didn't bounce until jeez, 61.85. Well, that's what happens when you give retailers 100 times leverage. So we hit 61.85 over here, and we only hit 63.06 over here. That's why when there's times and moments where there's, you know, tons of eyes on the chart and whatnot, really becomes a lot more dangerous to trade, because the volatility is just going up so much more because everyone wants a piece of the action. And personally, you know, I'm just not really interested. I don't really care if I don't get a piece of huge action. You know, obviously I would want it, right? I would want the safe trade. But at the same time, I'm not going to FOMO. I'm not going to feel like, you know, oh, I need to revenge trade here. Oh, I missed the move. I better counter trade this. Like how many people? You know, I guarantee like 90% of retail traders were like, I missed this whole move. Well, I'm counter trading it. It should go back up here. And then they long this, and then they got wrecked. All right, and I was telling you guys, don't enter position. So shit like that happens all the time. We get big moves like this. They come every now and then. You know, it's not the last ever big move. There'll always be more. So you know, don't feel upset about missing it. Be happy that you weren't you know, somewhere where I'm in some other groups where they were like, okay, layer along here, layer along here, layer along here, long, 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 long. No way that the bull whale, LOL, is going to let the price go all the way through here. And then you know what happened? The bull whale, when this started dropping, he pulled his order, he pulled, and none of his bids were left. And you know why? That's because, like I said, he was making it too obvious, and I knew that he was not out for anyone's best interest, and that all the, you know, the bullish stuff was just a joke. Okay? So why didn't I short? Because at the same time, you got a billionaire out there who could have easily pushed the price up if he wanted to. Okay, that's why I didn't short. The TA was bearish. My overall thought process on it was bearish, because I thought, you know, there's no way that the bull whale is just going to help everybody. Why would he just? I know that the big players aren't here to make us money, so why would he show everyone his bids and try to make this look like it's something super bullish? It's most likely going to drop. Then it should do the opposite of what he's showing us. So in a way, the TA was bearish, the FA was bearish. I mean, the TA was definitely bearish. The FA was bearish, but literally at the end of the day, there's no way for me to safely say, yeah, it would have been a good short. And if the opportunity came up again, and there's some type of crazy external influence that I've never, you know, personally dealt with before, then once again, I'm going to be flat, because flat is the right thing to do when there's a lot bigger players and, you know, bigger things at hand than just the normal technical analysis. Okay, so where am I looking to long? Where am I looking to short? Probably looking to short the retest. Personally, not looking to long. I'm really not looking for longs right now, to be honest with you. And I know people will probably be like, oh, you know, good time to long. I don't think so. I think that you know, the bull whale or whoever it was stocked up on a whole shit ton of Bitcoin, and whatever they got planned, you know, doing this massive move here with such volume, this could just be the beginning of it. I'm not really sure, and I don't want to speak, you know, out of place yet, so to say, because I know some people see this video, and I know that the messages are going to come, and people are going to start saying, oh, I'm getting nervous. Should I sell? Should I hedge? Well, I'll tell you what. You should have utilized my video that I put out a month ago. It's called I Never Sold. What do I do? Okay, I put that out a month ago. All right, and you could have sold all in here. You could have been dollar cost averaging the whole way. All right, so don't be messaging me that stuff. I'm not really, you know, I'm always happy to be helpful. Don't get me wrong, but man, do I like. It sort of gets on my nerves, honestly, when I put out content for you guys and I put out analysis and I say what to do and exactly what I say comes true, and then people come to me after the fact, like then they want me to fix their problem. Okay, like utilize the damn videos, utilize the content, utilize the analysis, and that's it. And like I said, I'm definitely not always right. I'm definitely not. But when it comes to you know, knowing when to trade and when not to trade, you're gonna have a hard time finding someone who does that better than me, and I'm dead serious about that. So where am I looking along? Let's go over to my other chart I have. Okay, so here's a bit of an idea I had brewing. Okay, so we could see this is a level that, you know, was serving as support, even though it broke through, right? But we could see support, 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 you know, support here, support here. It was basically a common level, right? And now resistance. It's a quote-unquote common level. I'm not sure how else to put it, but it was a heavily utilized level, right? Now I'm feeling like, and we punctured it for the third time, right? 1, 2, 3. Once we punctured it for the third time, we sort of went into a new realm of price action, okay? And you could see how this sort of happens, right? So you had like this area of price action, and you had this area of price action, and you had this area of price action. Now it's possible that we might be moving to this area of price action, okay? Totally, you know, like I said, not trying to, you know, step out of place here just yet. I'm just throwing some ideas, but we can see of the level of importance here is right around the 6,800 level. You know, it was resistance, ended up, you know, we got through it, heavily utilized level, etc., etc. But this is our third dive through it. So 1, 2, and 3, new range. 1, 2, 3, new range, perhaps. Just something that's, you know, sort of poked out to me. I don't know if it'll really. I don't even feel like it's, you know, making perfect sense, to be honest. But you know, somewhere along the line, it does feel like, you know, it does make some sense. Because I feel like, yeah, how many times, even from a different perspective, how many times are we gonna, you know, break above the level and then come back down and not make some new lows? I've been saying that forever. I think it's time, or it could be time, to make some new lows. I'll be looking for longs in the following areas. There'll be preset positions. If we happen to get there really soon, then, you know, I'll try to build up something quick. But for now, I don't think it's necessary to jump the gun just yet. I definitely think it's possible to range in this area. We could start doing some type of a ranging scenario once again, or we could, you know, go down and range down here again. You know, I think there is still some time, you know, before we head over to quote-unquote major capitulation, so to say. Now, so I'll be looking along this level here, around 55.87. Probably do some type of a layered long play through there. And then down here we have our weekly support right around the 4,000 level. Okay, so looking to short the retest, looking along the quote-unquote bottom. Am I going to long yearly lows? 58.50? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. I'm sort of over the whole, oh, just long yearly lows, it's easy. If it's easy again, then hey, you know, congrats. But I just don't see, I just don't think it makes sense that we just continue to test the same area and continue to bounce. Maybe I should be taking the hint and understanding that someone is heavily protecting the area, and if we actually break through the area, then we're completely fucked. Maybe that's what the situation is, and that's why the bounce works off of the yearly low every single time. I don't know, you know, they say at a certain price the miners shut off the rigs or whatever. You know, I think this is a great spot to bounce right in here if we can find this entry. Sip of water here. So, overall, man, you know, I guess just a quick chat. Fuck crypto Twitter. It's an echo chamber. It's a bullish echo chamber. If you're not good with processing your own thoughts, get off. What else? If I tell you not to trade, don't trade. It's pretty simple. Try to find the time in the group where I said not to trade and I didn't save money and you lost money. I bet you won't be able to find one. Every single time I said not to trade, it's been the right choice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just you know, I love like doing the group, but I'm just tired of I'm tired of saying things and getting them over, look past. Tired of people not spending the time to listen to me. Like I said, not always right, but more times than not, right. Probably sounds a little dickish, maybe. I don't know. There's people in this group that have been with me for 6 months or more from my old group, and they'll tell you the same thing. If you put the effort into the content, if you actually read the words, if you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, then you'll do fine in the market. It's that simple. My account hasn't done anything but go up since I started crypto. It's only gone up. I take out USD profit often. Besides that, it goes up like 90-95% of the time. I know when the safe trades are. I know when the bad trades are. I try to present that to you guys as best as I possibly can. No one is responsible for your portfolio but you. There's a lot of people who want to, just have one, oh, well, when should I sell? When should I sell? It's not that simple, okay? You need to have some type of a strategy for dollar cost averaging and things of that nature. I don't make these videos for me. I already know all this shit. I make these videos for you guys. So I hope that people, start to utilize them more. Because, like I said, what really grinds my gears is when, I get people coming to me after the fact and things that I've already answered, things that I've already discussed, and yet for some reason now they want the help. They want the help after they lost instead of taking the help before they lose. Okay, and that's like, it's disrespectful, pretty much. You're making me spend extra time because you don't spend time on my content. So now I have to spend time with you one-on-one. Not that it bothers me, okay? I'm happy to help anybody one-on-one. But I would much rather prefer to help you beforehand than after the fact. Don't come to me whining and bitching and complaining when I already told you what to do and you didn't listen to me anyway. Okay? And for those of you who send me the the very nice DMs about, hey, thank you so much, you saved me from losing here, blah blah blah. Thank you. Keep them coming, because that's what keeps me doing this. What else? Oh, shit, I had something else I wanted to say. Fuck. Yeah, I wanted to say Crypto Twitter's an echo chamber. Yes, it is. Listen when I say not to trade. Yes. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. I wanted to say that yes, I can be, people might think, oh, well, you say not to trade often. Correct. Now, sometimes you got to look at the chart and you got to think when there's some type of ridiculous amount of consolidation occurring that it's just not simply a good time to trade. There's not many good trades available, and that's a part of trading. In terms of, what I'll be doing about that, there'll be some more discussion soon. But I want people to realize that there's not always a good trade on the table. And yes, I understand that I don't trade every single day. And I think that that's a part of the game. I think that you don't make it through this game if you look to trade every day. You don't make it through this game if you look to make sure you have 2 or 3 trades a week. Sometimes it's not going to happen. And I'm not like ignoring opportunity, right? The last week we had 3 in a row, 3 successful Bitcoin longs in a row. There was opportunity. I was ready to trade. I'm ready to trade right now. I was ready to trade yesterday. I was ready to trade the day before that. But the fact is, the trades were extremely risky. Too much external influence going on. Too much, what could happen with this? What could happen with this? If the price went up today, everyone would have been saying, why weren't we looking for longs? It was obvious the bull whale was going to support the price. Like, all right, come on. Just, put yourself in my shoes for a second and see that the safe move here was to stay flat. And yeah, that's it, man. This is a reality check for many of you. At the end of the day, you have someone in me, and once again, I'm not saying I'm the best or anything like that, but you have someone in me who has time and time again told you when not to trade and when to trade, and time again, I'm right pretty much every single time. I made one mistake this month, and I'll admit that. I slightly let my wall down for 0.75% of my portfolio, so that's less than 1% on those two altcoin trades, ADA and FBTC, and that was a weak moment for me. I shouldn't have done it. I said not to trade alts until Bitcoin showed continued strength, and I didn't listen to myself, and I wanted to, be in on the quote-unquote potential bottom of the altcoins. Get the fuck out of here. The altcoins have no bottom. I've been saying it. They're completely directly at the highest level of cross-coin correlation ever with Bitcoin. As far as Ethereum goes, like I said, I think Trooper's doing some shit with the TA. That's fine. Technical, I'm sure it looks fine. The guy knows what he's doing. But as far as FA goes, all I can see is a bunch of fucking ICOs ready to capitulate their ETH and push that shit back down below $100. Okay? So I'm not interested in ETH. I'm not interested in any altcoins. Don't be asking me about any altcoins. You won't be getting any altcoin charts. Yeah, man, this is ruthless, isn't it? Well, this is the market. And one thing I'll never do is put you guys in a situation where I know you're going to lose money. And my moment of weakness this month was even considering those two fucking altcoin plays and, losing 0.75% of my portfolio. It was a shame. It was a moment of weakness. I was pissed off at myself, and I was pissed off at myself for letting you guys down. And at the end of the day, that is my biggest, priority, is that I never let you guys down, and I always give you true and honest thoughts. Yeah. That's it, alright? So, time to filter out the noise. Either trust in me or don't, but, trust in me or trust in yourself, alright? Because there's not too many people out there to trust, and it's getting ugly out there. It really is. It's getting ugly, and everyone's a bull, and then 5 minutes later they're a bear, and people don't know what they're talking about. That's why we got out of today's long trade for break even within 20 minutes. When it opened, I immediately got us out and managed it because I knew that we were dropping. And if I knew that we were dropping, why didn't we short, blah, blah, blah? Well, because the bull whale could have simply put up his billion-dollar buy walls and pushed it back up. All right? Can't trade during crazy times of external bullshit. Hey, that's it. I appreciate you guys very much. I hope that everyone can continue to gain long-term and find long-term success. If you follow along the people that have been with me for a while, I think that there's not a single one of them who would tell you that they're worse off than when they started. And I truly take a lot of pride in being able to say that. Because I know when it's good to trade, and I know when it's not. Hopefully you guys listen moving forward. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody.